Don't do that. We have to make a tough decision. Where to put my CB radio?
So we're gonna put this thing in here, okay?
Yes.
Gone, done.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Joachim, my car's dirty, has it in here. But we move that seat quite often because Christian and I both drive that car. We can't put it here. The camera is often mounted here.
It's gonna be nicely hidden. It's gonna be in there like this.
The cable has to go all the way to the antenna, which will be mounted over there.
Yeah, there's the antenna.
Yeah.
And I hope when this thing is in there that you're actually gonna hear the speaker. If not, this has an auxiliary speaker connection. So we could actually mount like a tiny little speaker in here.
Now he's using the 3D printer again. And he's cutting another hole into my Discovery 3.
I don't have a plan. Well, I didn't use that in decades.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
So,
I think it's gonna tip over at some point because it didn't print the trim. Tiles get bigger and bigger. Still cannot believe we have a Toyota tool.
Toyota.
We've had it for 30 years.
And you didn't know it says Toyota on it. You see it like this above your head?
Yeah, not that high, but look, it's not sticking far enough out.
Not only that, we also got to get a connector on here. If the angled one is giving us enough room, because if not, this will be the biggest failure ever, because if we have to cut a hole in the roof, it's sticking out of the roof, it's not going to look pretty.
If it doesn't fit, I'll take the part from your new mall crawler, you can believe that.
I can stick it out further here.
Yeah,
see, like
you can do that.
So we go to your car. You have...
Still sorry for the noise, the 3D printer is still printing. So, I have been driving around with a big hole in my car for about 3 weeks now.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. So that's just a fit. We will connect the cables for the final fit.
Well, what do you want?
It looks perfect. Yeah.
It's maybe a little crooked, okay?
I don't care.
It's leaning
as
this
long
way.
As I...
So we can glue it in quite deep.
And please, only comment if you watch the video, because I get comments like you forget to put in the wires, you got to wire it that way. Oh, and by the way, look at that, I got new patches. Land Rover Club patches, Overland the Shire, it's out of Spain. That's also out of Spain. And I got my Col de Isorat and Col de Galibier. And I got that emoji. How cool is that? A very impressive oil pump collection. Somebody noticed we have a girly calendar. That's what you have in a workshop. You're walking...
You're in my way.
Oh.
Use that, okay? It will work. It will look beautiful. I cut off the bad section of it.
Oh my God, I don't like that.
It's gonna be beautiful. Sticking this in here, and then I'm gonna fasten it with a couple of bolts. I mean, NASA couldn't have done that any better. This project's gonna be a cool project, you see here. This is not for me. I got this from a guy named Roland Fuchsel. And he's got a YouTube channel too, and he shared his information with me so I can duplicate it and show you guys. Great thing he invented.
Yes. Christian bought me the smallest CB radio on the market. But I wanted a big badass CB radio. I read,
Size don't matter.
and it's supposed to be the newest and best thing from Albrecht. We renovated that house completely, and Christian put in 2 outlets. Did not think about the technology.
I tell you what, you know what this is?
Yes, but I can't use my...
This is a 3-phase 63 amp plug. 400 volts. Every other house, I got them in every room down here, has the 16 amp plugs. This is a 16 amp, okay? So that one is smaller than this one. And we got that in every corner. So you can look
That's
here.
where we plug in our 2-post lift.
You can look, you know, there's one down here. I got central air supply. So there's compressed air here. There's 16 amp plug here.
Yeah.
There is a 16 amp plug over here.
I don't see
for
it.
the lathe.
Yes.
There is compressed air. Right here, central air.
Yes, but we need the hot glue gun now.
There's central air here. And we got a complete other workshop. Also 3 phases with compressed air and 200.
The electrician's tools. Oh my.
Now I want to
That
use this one. This is the amphenol one.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm gonna hit it with my elbow and then 5 hours worth of printing are ruined.
See? Red is black and plus is minus. That's all you need to know.
I just don't get it.
Of the pressure, oil pressure switch. Stick the cables in here. If you turn your ignition on now, this should do something. Either blow a fuse.
Oh my god.
Or
Blow a fuse?
yeah, go ahead. There.
Oh, it's alive. On
So
the
it's
camera.
no antenna now connected.
How do you switch your channel?
There's
I
the
think
volume.
the channel 9 is the one for overlanders, or is that channel 16? 12? What does that mean? Whoa! But it's quite loud.
It's quite noisy.
Yeah. So you hear
So-
the noise.
So this is good. There is an off switch, so I probably have to hold it pushed. Yeah.
We thought it doesn't have an off switch.
But I think it's gonna come on whenever you turn it. Yeah, shit. So you have to turn it off manually every time. Normally you don't hear it because of the squelch.
What is squelch?
That's the Rauschunterdrückung.
Oh,
So you put the squelch right here. Goes off with your ignition.
okay, that's good because I don't want
But
it to drain my battery.
Unfortunately, it also goes on with your ignition. I don't want to run another wire. This is good enough.
Yeah.
So this is the prototype only. This is printed by the 3D model from Roland, what I got. Let's hold it into the Discovery and see how it looks. Look, this is how he intended it. It goes here, see? Wow, he got a quite nice fit, that's for sure. Look, he's got that even, he's got the nice chamfer here in the same way. You guys gonna see that down the road in a video. So I'm in the process of making their mounting bracket, and I'm gonna make a drawing after that because I know all you guys gonna ask me for the drawing. How would that look?
So we can't work on the mall crawler today. It's shitty weather outside. So we are finally working on my CB radio install.
Unimportant stuff versus important stuff.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, look at that. Oh my god. You didn't tender punch it.
of course I did, but it's not in the center.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why I'm filming. But look at that. That's where it goes to.
We're gonna mount 2 rivet nuts.
2?
We mount one here and we mount one here. Let's close it, see how it looks. It's not bad. Giving it a little bit more of a kink. Did we film how I bent this yesterday?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good, because I made like a little hardwood radius piece here.
Yes, I didn't film
that's
that.
what- you didn't film that? And that's why I bent it over it.
We get so many emails. Why don't you just buy it there and there and there? We are not a shopping guide.
Why don't you just organize your sock drawers instead of...
No,
pushing
people
out
mean
here?
well. Look at that. He didn't punch it into his cross.
No, I
Hey.
mark different holes.
Ah, okay.
I like those better.
Remember, every hole has to be touched 3 times.
Good.
And the other side also.
Oh, the other side is on the bottom. There.
Yep, perfect.
Putting the hood in service mode with your wife.
Hold.
Drilling my aluminum fender.
Oh my.
Oh.
That was deep. That is a big drill.
Number one. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, now I don't want anybody to see this now. When you drill thin sheet metal, the holes don't get round. So it needs always a little bit of filing.
Cut.
Yeah, done.
Not yet.
And if it doesn't fit, stop the video.
Yeah.
Okay, this looks good, right?
Looks good, yeah.
Okay.
Robin is welding a new frame for our pit because ours is all rusty and broken. But first he has to take the old one out and then take measurements.
Now I'm interesting again. Oh. Gotta decide what we do with the cable.
Whoa. So Robin is taking out the old steel frame. You know, people always think that we don't need the pit anymore. That is not true. Yeah. That's the next big project.
Look, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you can take care of my car now.
Now, let's close this carefully to see how the cable would look here. Oh, I said close it slowly. This is a dangerous setup, don't you think? We're gonna put the cable in here through the side. This actually will look prettier than drilling a hole and going in here. That's gonna look cheesy and cheap.
So they're taking measurements.
Yeah, it's done. Cut those two, finish them, and then we wedge them in. So I got this. Now route it here nicely on the edge. I think this looks good enough. Yeah.
Perfect. So sometimes even I'm useful.
Notice that I put in stainless steel bolts.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. So, let me show you here my nice setup. Oh my God, does it look so good. Still has to go to the inside of the vehicle. So that's still a major problem. They are fixing the steel so they can weld later on. So final adjustment of the angle iron before welding.
This one is too far down.
So I missed a lot of the welding. Yes, Robin is a master welder. He's not waiting for me. So he drilled a hole.
A wire.
A wire.
Hook up the cable here. There. Back here. There's an airbag up in there.
Yeah.
Which is not to be damaged. Okay, there's our cable.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm all excited that we finally install my CB radio because all plans to fix the mall crawler today fell through. We can finally work on my car again. We hopefully did not introduce any leaks.
On your way to the shopping mall, you don't want to go waiting with this car, okay?
Yeah, but it's not a mall crawler.
I gotta hook up this angular connector
Look
here.
at that. It's the smallest on the planet. You're an electrician, you know how to
But then
solder.
I have to get the soldering iron over here.
I wouldn't know what to do with if it's a soldering connection or not.
With the soldering iron in a car is that it can do major damage to
my
your wife or to the seats.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give this to you and you will hold this, okay, here in your hands, like
Yes.
this. Cutting the wire of a CB radio. This is called an RG58CU. That's the same cable for 50 years. You can cut this cable to any length you want. It won't affect your reception of your antenna. It's nonsense that you can't cut RG58CU to lengths. What you're not allowed to cut to lengths is your antenna. This goes on here somehow and solder this. I hate soldering in the car. So we're gonna solder the RG58CU, which I soldered the last time when we installed my CB radio in my Lancia Delta HF Turbo when I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Now you gotta hold this as if your hands would be a vise. Down on the connector.
Like that.
Okay, good, you got it. But like I said, I did this the last time when I was 18 years old.
It's getting hot.
It's getting hot?
Ah, just a little bit.
I would call it the heavily modified Grenadier Council.
Yes, oh my God.
I gotta wire this back up like this and like this. Red is black and plus is minus.
Yes, you have
And
blue and
now
black.
this stuff gotta go all back up in there.
Yes.
Who we gonna
Call.
contact? We're gonna go ET.
Yeah. Yeah, start the engine. Did you hear it? It's the best sound.
Yeah, the pressure gauge still works.
There was a woman speaking. He used the opening for the steering column. You know, he went through the grommet, closed the hole up with some black silicone, so I can continue to go wading in Germany.
So we are now here in our Land Rover Club meeting outing, and today it's about CB radio. And over there, next to the guy with the yellow coat, you see Karl-Heinz, and he's now doing an antenna inspection. And I'm really wondering if ours is gonna pass his critical inspection. We can lay it flat. And now let's see if he's did the grounding right. So Karl-Heinz is really critical about the earth connection, but I think he kind of passed. There is some general laughter about the size, okay? Apparently size matters. So critical timing now.
Ja.
Und damit passt alles.
Und die
Okay.
auch verbunden.
We passed inspection, we did our grounding right, and our size matters enough. So Karl-Heinz just said, I have to adjust the antenna, and there is a screw underneath, and he's right. So there is something I can turn. I have to do some major adjustment.
Oh, that's
He accepted our ground connection to the body.
that one also. The CB handheld unit.
Okay, that looks expensive.
It is expensive. Oh, ich muss ihm gleich sagen, sein Bremslicht ist kaputt.
Folge an den Restleitgruppen fahren wir oben rechts oder links? Folge, du musst links runterfahren.
I took the bracket off one more time so I can make a drawing, and you will find the link to the drawing in the video description as usual. And now we gotta put it back on.
I'm still wearing short pants, but Christian is freezing. You want that?
Clip.
Clip.
What else? We still have to adjust the standing wave ratio, Stehwellenverhältnis, standing wave ratio, which is underneath here. We didn't get that done so far.
You need like
I need
a...
a meter, and I have to buy that from Amazon, and I didn't do that yet, or I have to find somebody where I can borrow it. But it doesn't matter for driving in a convoy. It's already good enough. We can use it like this.
On my Instagram post, people wrote that CB is dead. Well, no, it's not.
There is a large benefit when you use CB radios, okay, because you don't have cell phone reception, and if you travel in a convoy, this is still the most effective way to communicate. Now,
Don't do that.
we are done with this video. Our videos are there to entertain you, okay? They're not necessarily instruction videos. So we don't show detailed shots of everything, but you get a good idea of how we did the job, how much effort it was, and that it can be fun. We also try to entertain Toyota people, because if we wouldn't be doing these jobs, the Toyota guys would have to watch other Toyota guys making coffee and cutting their fish and, you know, doing all this boring stuff the other channels do on YouTube. And if you turn around,
Yes, oh my God.
the
Yeah.
entertainment will continue on this baby and on other topics. We got about already 3 videos ahead of this one. I can stand up right here. Many videos to come. All of them, I guarantee you, will not have any coffee making, except one. One will have coffee making in it. You will see how Jörg makes his coffee. Okay?
In his
But
discovery.
In his discovery. But that has nothing to do with us. And that completes our little video for this week about our CB radio. We want to thank our Patreons a lot for their continuous support. And if you like this video, please think about subscribing, giving it a thumbs up.
And we'll see you next Sunday.